It's the Frenemies Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Dale. I got my guy Kyle with me. What's going on with you, Kyle?
Hello, hello, everyone.
Yes, indeed. And the guy who was in the club last week, this week, he's eating pizza in his house. Tim, what's up, man?
Yeah. I'm not as cool as last week. Last
Yeah.
week was definitely awesome.
Yes,
Nothing
it was.
going on in the background this week, all right? Just a wall. Boring old wall.
Yep,
So,
yep.
yeah.
Well, you know what today is. It is 420.
Oh,
Everybody live it up. Live it up. Live it up.
that's
Hopefully, you guys score some nice deals out there because it's the day for deals. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. No, I have friends back in Los Angeles. He told me he showed up at 4:30 in the morning and he was already an hour late,
Yeah,
lined up the street.
that's right.
Um, and then you see he sent a picture. He's got this goodie bag, and it's like, dude, what in the world?
That's right.
Crazy
Well,
holiday for people that smoke weed. So
it's like Black Friday. I'm
yeah,
telling you,
Black Friday for
oh
stoners.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's like Black Friday, baby. Trying to get them deal.
Mm.
I love
You
it.
know,
What what'd you get, Dale?
a little something, a little something.
All right.
I mean,
All
there's
right.
dispensaries in Arkansas, right?
Oh yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing up there.
Hmm.
Medical is legal here.
Yeah.
In Missouri, I heard that recreational like just became legal, and they were
Oh,
taking sales away from Arkansas. So
I
Oh,
believe it.
yeah, so now
Yeah.
we got a war on our hands here.
yeah.
Tax dollars, got them tax dollars, baby. So all right, getting everything sent out on the internet. We are live on YouTube. Go ahead and check in with us. We will put your question up on the screen or your criticism of Tim or whatever it is you may have to say. We will put it up on the screen unless it's Craig, and we might ignore it after that. So,
Oh, or Craig. Yeah,
you
we
know,
got the good right brother on our team.
yeah, yeah.
I've ignored
So,
Craig for decades now. uh,
Yep. All right. So, also, man, before we even get started with the show and go around and figure out the drinks, everything like that, um, let's go ahead and take um, a listen to our good friends over at Purple Valley who have a little bit of a message for us. Um, you know, it's nice to have friends, and especially on this holiday, you want
did
to
you
share the cheer.
did you
You
get
know
something for free?
what?
Did you get something for free and now they get a spot?
No, I didn't. We this
Ah,
is
yeah.
this is BSnBEER media. Okay, it's
Yeah.
a media
Yeah.
empire. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
companies would like to advertise and send messages through our media brand. And so we good friends, our people at Purple Valley, we love those guys. And they do a lot of good work out there. And yeah, we just want to pass along the message, especially
Oh,
on this 420. Happy
you
420, everybody.
he's such a generous guy, Dale.
BS and Beer Media is sponsored by Purple Valley Farms Marijuana. We got that good.
That's right. Our good
Sponsorship.
friends.
What?
Yeah, we're moving up,
Dude,
So
is that legit?
we get like free weed, or what are they doing for us?
I mean, listen, we're on the air. What are you talking about?
I like it.
We're on the
Live
air.
and breathing, yeah. What
Mm-hmm.
else you want,
Mm-hmm.
man?
Yeah, who do you
Mm-hmm.
think pays the
Want some
bills
weed,
here?
man?
Huh?
Dale over here paying bills.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go around the room, man. Let's figure out what everybody's drinking. Kyle, let's start with you. What you got, man?
Same as last week. I got a 6-pack of that Cayman Jack margarita.
Mm,
Um,
Yeah.
3 last week. I'm gonna have 3 this week. Um, Nice little buzz. I
Can you hold that
very
up?
well enjoy them. Yeah.
Can you hold that up a little closer to the camera? It distinctively kind of looks like a baby bottle.
Yes. Oh wait. No, let's do this.
There you go.
There
There
we
you go.
Now
Yeah.
we're talking. Now we're talking.
Don't get too many of those and then mix up Baby Ray's bottles with that bottle, okay? Be in for a bad time. Get that milk in your
I've been
belly.
slipping them whiskey actually with the whiskey on the gums.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
There you go. Sleep good, huh?
Yeah. What the hell? He's been asleep 20 hours. What the fuck is going on?
Uh-huh.
Babe, I don't know why you sleep so good for me and not for you. That's always a
Right.
sleep competition.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Tim, what you got, man?
All right, I bought the treasure trove of the Beatbox. All right, today, 11.1% alcohol. All right, this one is the Tropical Punch one. They're pretty good. Pretty
Okay.
good. There's a little 6-pack of these guys, and they're pretty good overall. But let's see, I'm going to try out the Juicy Mango tonight, and if you're lucky, Dale, I'll go over to the Fruit too.
Okay.
3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've got a little mixture of orange juice, triple sec, rum, and tequila.
Oh, that's good.
That's what we're
Oh,
rolling with
okay.
today.
Good
So, yeah.
stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're very adventurous today, Dale. You know?
That's
all you take.
adventurous?
Yeah, you took a whole drink of that one.
That's why he's the host, man. That's why he's the host.
Yeah.
Listen, man,
Yeah.
you can't drink in podcasts, but somehow I managed to do it every week. Okay.
Oh, such a champion.
It should be an Olympic event or something
Yeah.
like that, you know.
You know, one part I really did miss about last week, even though like I had nice things in the background over here, but you know, I missed being able to talk so much shit to you guys.
Ah,
I felt like inferior after I got off the show because I wasn't able to talk crap like I usually do. So you're gonna get twice as much today, Dale. You're welcome.
okay. All right,
Yeah.
well, with that said, hey, let's get started with the show.
What shirt you got on?
Oh, I've got on the Windstream. I bring the speed shirt.
Oh,
If anybody has Windstream and they don't like it,
blame Dale.
sorry.
Blame Dale. Dale's on the podcast drinking. That's why your internet sucks.
I mean, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do, okay?
What shirt you got today, Kyle?
I'm rocking old school Dickies.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now, what about you, Tim?
Oh, I'm rocking 1990s X-Men cartoon, baby. Ooh.
You got like tilt the camera or something. Okay, there we go. All right.
Oh, well, I stood up.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Good stuff.
But all right, that's my ringtone.
Oh, the X-Men theme?
The intro to the X-Men cartoon. Yeah.
Classic theme, man. Classic theme.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to force my kid to watch some of the old cartoons, and like I know all the theme songs and stuff, and he's like, why do you remember these songs and stuff? Like, what's going on?
Have you ever watched the X-Men cartoon nowadays?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
realize-
I actually just finished it maybe a year ago. So
Oh,
I probably
okay.
missed like the last, season of it.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I caught back up and I finished it all. Yeah.
Well, did you ever pay attention to how sexy they drew those characters?
Oh, Rogue was hot.
Dude.
Jeans right up there too. Yeah.
No wonder why I had a crush on a cartoon character. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yes indeed, man. Rogue was
Yeah.
super hot and she couldn't touch anybody. Ridiculous. Like how bad you want it, bro. You know?
There's somebody to get that. Yeah. I know there's a couple of people.
Yep. Okay, so Tim got us going off in some nerd stuff.
Yeah.
Back on the rails here. We're going back to fantasy. We are previewing, we're talking free agency stuff and looking at the outlook for Dynasty, and we're looking at the AFC West and the AFC South. So let's start it off in the West, the Wild Wild West, and here we go.
AFC West.
Right. AFC West. We're going to kick it off with the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, we're going to talk about some of their losses and additions here. Some of the players lost. Frank Clark, they just, released him. Orlando Brown, the left tackle. Juju Smith-Schuster. They also lost Ronald Jones, Michael Burton, freaking Sean Payton got him, McCole Hardman, and of course Colin Saunders, who went to the Saints. This guy's gonna be a monster. Don't know how they let him go.
Yes, he is.
Now the guys they added back: Juwan Taylor, the tackle, Drew Tranquil, linebacker, and Charles Amuno. From the 49ers on the defensive line, edge rusher. With Kansas City losing their left tackle, I can't see them not going tackle in this draft early, because Kansas City should have learned their lesson. You need offensive linemen to win.
Yeah.
Because they went to the Super Bowl and Mahomes got destroyed. So we don't want that to happen again. So what are your thoughts here on Kansas City, Kyle?
I mean, it looks like, Orlando Brown at left tackle and then Andrew Wiley at right tackle. They did, they were covering, they get Juwan Taylor. From what I remember, he was super underperforming and not living up to what he was supposed to be. He's a guy out of Florida, if I'm not mistaken. So super underperforming, underwhelming. It's probably just one of those guys that they think that they can pick him up and then coach him up and get him going right and kind of have, a steal with that one. But, I mean, if you're looking at it just from that standpoint, you lose two and you only get one back. You got a big hole to fill on your offensive line. That's not too terrible. Being the Super Bowl champs, you're going to lose people. We understand that. But, I really think you have to do a whole lot more in the draft. Anytime you even get to the Super Bowl, whether you win or lose, you lose a ton of people. Everybody gets these big contracts, and you have to come up clutch in the draft. I think that first pick has to be O-line.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Where else? You win the Super Bowl. Where else? I don't think you need to worry about anything else other than shoring up that O-line.
Yep. I know we like to talk about draft capital when we're talking about investments you're making on your dynasty teams. So a guy like Isaiah Pacheco, who's a 7th round pick, but ended up taking over the role at the running back position. I mean, what do you think his outlook is here, Tim?
I mean, I think he's going to be in the backup when when season comes around. Clyde's going to end up slipping back into that number 1 spot again. And, so they let McKinnon go. So I think they're pretty happy with their running back situation. Wasn't Clyde a 2nd round pick the year before?
Clyde was a 1st round pick, late in
the first. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just predict that they're going to go with Clyde and then Pacheco for the number 2 back. Now, the other question, though, is where we stand at with wide receivers with them. I was listening this week, and they brought in Dave Flowers to come in and work out with Patrick Mahomes.
Not bad.
And Zay Flowers had already gone to all his other visits, and then all of a sudden KC asked for him to come out, and so they, he decided to come back and try out for KC, I guess, or work out for them. But yeah, where's KC's wide receiver spot going to be?
But when have they ever had wide receivers? Like when we're thinking about it, like who are we talking about?
Exactly. That was going to be my next question, because we're always looking for that guy because it's Kansas City's offense, but it's always like a platoon, or a Travis Kelce and everybody else.
You can't tell me it wasn't Travis Kelce and Tyler before.
I mean,
it was a 2-headed monster on the passing game before, and then it was like whichever third guy is going to hit off this week. But now you do have a lot of questions, but it is worth it is worth a later round pick, third and fourth rounds to as far as dynasty drafts go, third and fourth round to grab somebody like Zay Jones if he's there. So
It's like a wide receiver by committee type deal.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, well, who's your top wide receiver then? If you got to pick one.
Oh, I got to pick one.
Yeah, on the Kansas City Chiefs.
See, I'm not supposed to answer hard questions. Okay.
Everybody's gonna pick one.
Yeah, look, it's this remedial. I'm in dumb guy math. Remedial math around here. But if I had to pick one, I'd either go with this sounds crazy, Kadarius Toney,
Mhm.
or Zay Jones, one of the two.
Okay.
Depends on
So
where they
it's-
take Zay at.
It's for sure not MVS.
He was on Green Bay. He was on Green Bay.
At one point,
Yeah.
sure, yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've already seen him enough
Yeah.
to know.
okay. He's a traitor to you.
It's not a traitor. I've seen him enough. He's supposed to be
Oh,
the guy year after
Also
year.
forgot to mention Kansas City brought in a new offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy. You might remember him. He used to be the offensive coordinator, and then he got a job. But
Yeah,
the offensive coordinator that won the Super Bowl, he couldn't get a head coaching job. He had to get an offensive coordinator job somewhere else, and that's
Mhm.
where he's coaching now. So just to bring you up to speed on those things,
Yeah, yeah. I like it.
Yep.
Eric,
let's-
what was his name over there?
Eric Bieniemy.
Bieniemy. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's move along. Let's go to the Los Angeles Chargers. They have a new offensive coordinator, and it's in Kellen Moore. And they lost guys like Storm Norton, who went to the Saints. The guy's going to be a beast. I don't know how they let that guy go.
Oh, my
Telling you.
goodness. Every guy y'all pick up is going to be a beast. I like
that is
it.
exactly
So-
correct. Yes.
That's exactly right.
This is the only time I hear Dale the most optimistic is doing these things.
Tell me,
About Saints players.
any guy we sign is going to be a beast. Any guy we let go is a bum.
All right,
Okay.
we're down. Yes, that's why MVS sucks.
Yeah, we're very optimistic in April. So
Yes, yes. They also lost Drew Tranquil, the linebacker, but they got Eric Kendricks from the
Yeah.
Vikings to
nice.
fill in. They got a guy like Morgan Fox in the inside, defensive lineman. Got Trey Pipkins back. Donald Parham, another interesting name at tight end. And of course, look, I'm going to show some love to kickers, even though I hate kickers. But Cameron Dicker, the kicker.
we all
Cameron
do.
Dick. Wait. What's his name?
Cameron Dicker, the kicker.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. That's right. They made sure to get him
Right.
back. That guy was a baller for them last year, man. And they
Wow.
got him back.
Wow. Cameron Dicker, the kicker.
That's right.
Um,
That's right.
Wow.
Put some respect on his name, Tim. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, there's been a lot of talk about Los Angeles Chargers trading their running back.
hmm
So, if that ends up happening, I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but if that ends up happening, I mean, what do we think would happen with this backfield? Would this be a time for Josh Kelly to finally show up and do his thing,
no.
or Isaiah
mean,
Spiller, who
yeah.
they drafted in with the 4th round or something last year, and maybe he takes off at the running back spot?
No.
I mean, do we think Austin Eckler is really super duper good, or he just plays with Justin Herbert? I mean, like, what do you
I
guys?
think he's a good back.
Yeah.
Small, but he's
He's
a good
good.
back.
But
Yeah,
from
yeah.
a fantasy standpoint, he's a first round pick and he's balling out, and you want him on your team.
Mhm.
But is that because he's lining up behind Justin Herbert, or like what I'm saying is, can you plug somebody else in other than him and still expect those same results? I'm thinking yes. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't have.
Wow.
I have
Now
more
it's
faith in
falling-
the Chargers offense than I do Austin Eckler as a running back.
Kyle's
All right.
calling Eckler a system back.
He did. A sissy back. That's what I heard. That's
Word
what
for
I mean,
word,
I'll
yeah,
say,
yeah.
you know,
All of
Austin
that,
Eckler, if
all of
you're
that came out of
listening,
my mouth.
you know, if you're listening, Kyle lives on 324 Pleasant Ridge Drive.
It's a shame we aren't recording this, you know.
You can go knock on his door and call him
Yeah.
out on those, you know. But yeah, I mean, I traded, as you know, Dale, I traded Eckler away this year.
Okay.
Traded Eckler and the number 11th pick.
Mhm.
And ended up getting Ramondre Stevenson. Not super proud of that one, and Kareem Hunt. So
Okay.
I'm hoping to grab some veteran time on Kareem Hunt. He's still a free agent. I think he's going to get signed after the draft.
Right.
But so that's kind of what I did with Eckler. If you're looking at it from a dynasty standpoint, um, he's a good piece to add to something and trade away. Get a much younger piece, and then cross your fingers that the Patriots don't draft another running back.
Talk to me about Donald Parham, because tight end is a wasteland. We know it. So you're desperate for any tight end as a fantasy owner.
Okay.
And this was somebody who had a lot of, I guess, spike games, every now and then. But he's a young tight end in a promising offense with a good quarterback. And those are the guys you really want to try to get and hope you get something from him because it's a good offense.
Yeah.
Will he ever take that step to being a fantasy starter?
Man, personally, I think he started being a bright spot whenever Keenan Allen was out or Mike Williams. They had like rotating injuries last year,
Mhm.
and that's when the tight end position really became more prevalent with the Chargers. But I got Gerald
Yeah.
Everett as their
I mean,
number
yeah,
one.
he's still going to be there. I mean, it's still going to be a tight end too, no matter what. We've seen it plenty of times before where you can start either tight end, but that's it's pretty rare. I don't think that offense is built for a two tight end system.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go over to the Las Vegas Raiders. And in Las Vegas, they lost Darren Waller via trade. They lost Derek Carr, who went to the
Yes,
Saints.
they did. Yes, they did.
That guy's going to be amazing. I don't know how they let him out the building. Good Lord.
Damn. I wish I would have put it together like a whole thing of Dale's attitude, how it changes over the course of the year.
Here's what he said in April.
Yeah.
And here we are in October, a few
like-
weeks in, and
Our third string offensive tackle on the right side is going to be the best guy. He's a Pro Bowler.
that's Storm Norton. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Storm Norton, baby.
That's exactly it. Yep.
All right. They also lost Colin Farrell, Denzel Perryman, Mac Hollins, Sidney Jones, the cornerback, and Jarrett Stidham, who had a pretty nice game
Yeah.
late in the season. But they did add a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo under center, Austin Hooper, Jacoby Myers, who's got that Patriot connection. He's going to know that offense already. So,
Man.
Yeah. Yep.
Robert Spillane, that linebacker. Philip Dorsett, man, I remember that man. He was supposed to be a guy. All right, Philip Dorsett was supposed to be a guy. But they got OJ Howard in that tight end. They re-signed Josh Jacobs. They got Amar Abdullah back and Keenan Cole. So
Did we mention trading? Yeah, Darren Waller. Sorry. Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
the first one.
Cool.
So I mean, it's a lot of targets vacated, but you got a new system, you got a new quarterback. We have to figure out the connection between Devontae Adams and Garoppolo. I mean, just overall, how are you feeling about the Garoppolo ad? I mean, do you think he's going to be comparable to what they had with Derek Carr last year, Tim?
Yeah, I think so, man. Garoppolo, it seemed like they were kind of gunning for Garoppolo and, um, the Patriots' backbone over there. And uh, and then of course Devontae Adams is one of the best wide receivers in the league, so he's always open. I mean, the last few years it kind of felt like Adams made Rodgers look good, more so than Rodgers making Adams look good. So I think it's there.
Um, if I'm not mistaken, they gave Josh Jacobs with the franchise tag. Am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
sounds
that's
right.
true.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's true. So they probably don't plan on keeping him for another year. So if you're in
Yeah.
Dynasty, this is the year when Josh Jacobs starts looking good. You want to trade him away. So
Do we see more work for Zamir White? Because this was
yeah,
a 4th-round pick last year.
yeah.
Um, and Josh Jacobs, I mean, he played through injury every single game, always questionable coming into the game.
hmm Yep.
Um, so would you invest in Zamir White then?
I don't know if I'd invest in. You could probably pick him up on your waivers one week.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, roster
Uh,
spot is an investment.
yeah.
That's
Roster
accurate.
spot
Yeah.
is.
hmm
They have the number 7th overall pick.
Hmm.
Also, by the way. So
Well, they're definitely not
might
going
be
to
in the
running back
running.
number 7.
Oh God,
I
that
don't
that would
know.
be Bijan
Maybe
Robinson for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
There's no way they're doing
Yeah.
that.
oh,
But
but man, think about that though. Josh Jacobs and Bijan Robinson.
Hmm.
Oh man.
give Bijan a year to learn pass protection. That's usually the running back's soft spot when they come in the league is pass protection. But
Yeah.
also running backs are so cheap right now that the franchise tag for running backs this year was like 10.3 million. So um, it kind of seemed like a dime a dozen.
Oh, they are. I mean, that's why nobody really values them because figure they can always just go get another guy and it'll be fine. Um, but with their wide receivers, besides Devontae Adams, are you interested in Hunter Renfrow or Jacoby Myers or Keenan Cole?
Uh, can I say no way, Jose? No. Drinking margaritas. No, honestly, Renfro was kind of like a spot start to me last year. Super untrustworthy. Uh, not not even close to being a solid starter in your lineup. Um, Jacoby Myers, I think, comes in and steps in as the number 2, right? Is that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Yeah.
for
should be
sure.
pretty obvious? Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, if Jimmy G can stay healthy, like the thing between him and Derek Carr, like the amount of games played between the two is like so lopsided. Durability was super underrated in that aspect, but
Yeah.
um,
True. I believe that.
I don't know if Jimmy G has Devontae Adams and a solid wide receiver 2 with Josh Jacobs, and they could block for him. Which that last one is the biggest question mark for anybody. You get blocking up front, but yeah, no, that's dangerous with Adams and Jacoby Myers number 2.
They also
So
got Austin Cooper and OJ Howard, the two star tight ends that supposedly
Yep.
got all this talent, but I've never seen them actually be like productive for a whole
yeah,
year. Um, so
Yeah, both guys struggle to stay healthy for sure.
mm.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll see about them.
OJ Howard was supposed to be the next best thing when he was on the Bucks
yep,
with Brady right before Gronk came back, and a Gronk that was faking his workouts. Remember that?
Mm,
That rumor? He was like, the Bucks were making Gronk was coming back from retirement. The
yeah.
Bucks were making him do that running. So what he did, he ran all of it in one day and just kept changing his shirts. So that
Mm.
he had to record it and send it in to him. And so he had all the recordings from one day and then send it in.
Yeah, that'll work.
So a retired Gronk came back and took OJ Howard's spot.
Yeah, he did. He did.
classic Gronk, classic Gronk.
All right, let's wrap up the AFC West with the Denver Broncos. They have a new head coach
Traitor,
in the traitor, Sean Payton.
damn traitor.
I
Bum.
thought y'all were going to support him. I thought you were going to support Peyton, man.
No, we got our picks. We good.
I support one team and one team only.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got our picks. Moving on.
Gotcha.
Okay. So some of the guys they lost: Cameron Sutton, the cornerback, Robert Spillane,
Mhm.
Devin Bush, the inside linebacker, and Terrell Edmonds, the safety. They got Mike McGlinchey, the right tackle, Chris Manhertz. Let's see, Tremont Smith, Ben Powers, the left tackle, Tony Jones, the traitor,
Mm-hmm.
also Marcus Callaway, the traitor, and they also got Samaje Perine at running back in the backfield. I like that Perine pickup, but I think it's going to really interfere with Williams, the running back for Denver. The bottom line is, if Sean Payton can fix Russell Wilson, things will be good in Denver, and if not, things are going to be bad like they were last year.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, do you think Sean Payton has it in him?
I mean, if you look at Russell Wilson and Drew Brees, side by side next to each other, I don't see a whole lot of differences. I mean, if anything, the physical aspect, Russell Wilson's, the guy you'd want to take. I mean, he's got the exact same kind of, mentality. He's a leader. He can make those big plays for you when he needs to. It's crazy. Like, the more and more I think about it, they kind of match up. And if Russell Wilson's running that Sean Payton offense, like just think about all the offenses, great offenses he's had in the past. And we didn't have like these stars, these superstar players. No, we had random wideouts, all these different guys in and out. It wasn't anything like that. I'm scared, to be honest. I'm a little scared that if they actually can get that connection, that they are, they're good until Russell Wilson's arm fall off. So I don't know.
Tim, who takes a step forward in this wide receiver room? Cortland Sutton, Jared Jeudy, KJ Hamler, Tim Patrick.
Yeah. So there's been rumors about them trading one of the wide receivers, either Judy or Sutton.
Yeah, but if I'm not mistaken, I heard just recently Sean Payton was like, "Yeah, I heard those rumors too. We're not doing that."
Oh. I mean, if it was anybody, it'd be Judy, right? We all saw him and his attitude that he had last year.
Well, I think the quote was something to the frame of, Sean was saying, we're not trading one of them. Maybe we're trading both. That's what people read into that.
That's the used car salesman in him.
I mean, yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's a stretch, but okay,
That was,
fine.
so, but my buy on the passing game here, it's going to be, I'm always looking for the value out of this, so I'm going to be investigating Tim Patrick. It's going to be my number one, because like everybody's going to be looking at Judy, everybody's going to be looking at Sutton. It's going to be Tim Patrick or Greg Dulcich. That's like my number 1 and 2 for the passing game. So, and it might even be Greg Dulcich before, but they also were talking about Albert O over there.
Yeah, he had a lot of buzz around him, but
I don't think it made out.
Dulcich has the draft capital, but it's a 3rd round versus a 4th round, and I mean, what? Albert O was like 2020, so it's like make or break time for him.
Yeah.
Are you investing in any of these wide receivers, Kyle?
It's tough. You can buy into their offense, clicking. Sean Payton and Russell Wilson getting on the same page, their offense just being super, just elite. Or, you can just see the same thing we saw last year. Just awful, terrible, horrible things. Just tough to watch. But no, you still gotta love Cortland Sutton and Judy just because they're such they're such playmakers. Like, how do you not? With Russell Wilson, there's no reason that this offense shouldn't be good. There's no
Yes.
reason.
That's my thought exactly. No reason.
Goodness
Oh, well,
gracious, man.
There's every reason because last year Russell Wilson sucked. All right, now Sean
Yeah.
Payton's there. Now Sean Payton's there. Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. I think that'll be a good combo.
Give
here.
Drew Brees, Jared Judy, and Cortland Sutton, and let me know how it goes. Let me know how that goes. I don't. You can put anybody at running back, at tight end, with those two wideouts. Oh my goodness.
Hey, throw it down on us, man. Put that team together for us. Let us know how it works out.
Hackett really could have been that bad at coaching offense.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It seemed like it. Oh my
It
god.
really could have been that bad, and Russell Wilson could not overcome it. So
Also, supposedly there's rumors that Javonte Williams won't be ready for the season. He won't be held up.
They're loading up on running backs. That's exactly
Yeah.
what it looks like. Come on, man. They're getting Tony Jones. They're getting Pirine. Like, come on now.
So maybe they go running back early in the draft, and maybe third, fourth round.
Do they got a pick?
Honestly,
I think they trade all their picks away.
I don't know if they have a first round pick.
Because Seattle's got their first round pick. It ended up being a great first round pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have a pick till the third round, number 67. It's from Indiana.
Goodness.
Well, like I said, third or fourth round.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, they got two. They got two third round picks, number 67 and then 68.
Look at that.
So they got very little to work with. They traded all their picks away, man. You guys got them.
They've already got the team. They should be good.
They got the quarterback. They got the wideouts.
Yeah.
Added a couple running backs. You got Sean Payton coming in. Come on, do something. We want to watch something better. Damn it.
I think it was Colin Cowherd was talking about how Pete Carroll was such a great coach, right? And that he knew how to pull Russell Wilson out of his own problems. It kind of made him sound like a toddler that has temper tantrums sometimes.
Are you listening to AM radio, Tim? You listen to Colin Cowherd on what is it, ESPN 710 or something like that?
No. See, I'm in Arkansas. We don't get that. We don't get.
I do not miss Colin Cowherd, man.
We don't get no-brand radio.
Same with Craig. Me and Craig have a mutual hatred for Colin Cowherd. Just like, God bless America.
Speaking of it, that's a good intro to get the Jaguars.
Hey, you don't do the intros. I do the intros.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
He's the host. He's got the mixed drinks. Leave it alone.
That's right. All right, we wrapped up the AFC West, so let's go to the AFC South. And here's the intro.
The AFC South. The AFC South.
That's right, Tim. That's the intro. We're starting off in AFC South with the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans have a new head coach, D'Amico Ryans. And looking at some of the players they lost, O.J. Howard, Philip Dorsett, Justin McCrary, Brandon Cooks was traded. They also lost Jalen Reeves-Maven, Jordan Atkins, and Tremont Smith. Some of the guys they added, Chase Winovich, Devin Singletary, Noah Brown, the wide receiver, Hassan Ridgeway, Mike Boone. Man, I used to like me some Mike Boone. Boy, I had a little crush on Mike Boone.
Oh yeah,
He was gonna be that back, bro. I'm telling you.
You did. You did. Yeah.
Corey Littleton, the linebacker, Denzel Perryman, the linebacker. He also got Sheldon Rankins, the trader, Shaq Mason, Jimmy Ward, Dalton Schultz, Robert Woods, and Taylor Stallworth, the trader. Texans have been busy. They've been busy. They've made a lot of moves here.
Yeah.
With the hiring of D'Amico Ryans, it should signal that the defense will get better because in San Francisco, they know defense. And if you're a defense coordinator, you get a job the next year. That's how it works. Okay. So what are we looking at with the Texans offense here, Tim?
But that's exactly my question, Dale. What are we looking at here? Right. I don't know where they're going. I don't know what we're doing over
Damian
here.
Pierce was a monster last year. Well, not monster, but he was a good back, right?
Yeah, he's a good back, but he's got like a 4th round draft, didn't he? Yeah, he's 4th round pick.
Yeah, that's normal for a running back.
Well,
there
I mean,
ain't
you
too
know,
many running backs getting taken in the first round now, Tim.
dude. It's always offensive if I say it to you. if you just spit it and say it yourself, it's okay. But like, you said something about 4th round backs earlier, and now you backtracking.
Oh,
Is
I'm
that right?
saying no. We compared 2 backs in their draft capital. We compared
saying,
one that
Tim.
was like a 3rd round pick to a 4th round pick or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah. That's all it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. So look, they got the number 2 pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm just gonna guess they're gonna go whatever quarterback makes them happy.
Yeah.
And then they got the number 12 pick. Great time to pick up a running back, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
John
Absolutely
Robinson. John
I know,
Robinson.
I know.
I'm putting him in anywhere I want to. John Robinson to the Texans.
So
Yes.
what?
Ruin-
Bryce Young is 2nd overall because they take CJ first. Bryce Young is there at 2. They take Bryce Young, then they take Bijan Robinson at 12.
All right, yeah, man. Why not, man?
Bryce Young
Why
and
not?
Bijan Robinson, your future.
Here's the flip side too. They have a 2nd round pick, number 33. They have 2 3rd round picks, number 65 and 73. And they've got a 4th round pick, the 104th pick. Then they have 1 5th, 3 6th, and 2 7th. I mean, they're going to get some running backs in here somewhere.
But they already brought in 2 running backs. I mean, like they drafted one with Pierce, and then they got
Mhm.
Singletary. Like
Yeah.
to me, they're. I'm not saying they're completely set 100%, but like it's not a need where I'm going to use a 1st or 2nd round pick on him. Like they need wide receiver help. If I'm looking at the depth chart with
Yeah.
Robert Woods supposed to be your number 1 guy, like that's not a good thing. You're gonna count on Mechie,
Noah
who's going to
Brown,
be in his
maybe?
rookie year because he didn't
Mhm.
play last year, right?
Mhm. Well,
Well, I
I'll
mean-
say that I don't think Singletary. I think Singletary is just a backup role. I don't think Singletary has anything.
So
He's
you
not
have
threat-
he's a young
Pierce and
back.
Singletary, 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a
Yeah.
young back, and they invested in him. I mean,
I don't think it's going to be by committee. I think it's going to be one person, Pierce, and then if they go running back ahead of Pierce, then it's going to be that running back also. They pictured what's that, Charbonnet? Maybe
Yeah.
picking up them picking up
UCLA.
Charbonnet there.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and but yeah, I agree. They need some wide receiver help, man, and they can fix both.
Yeah, if I'm them, I'm going, wide receiver, quarterback, wide receiver early. I don't know if this offensive line is exactly what you want. I mean,
Mhm.
they got a lot of good draft capital. Tunsil, Shaq Mason, they just acquired him.
So you said they're probably going to go wide receiver then running back early.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't say anything about running back.
No, running
I
back.
thought
You,
you-
you got to kind
quarterback-
of wait on that.
Wide
Quarter.
receiver.
Okay, quarterback. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Quarterback
I
and wide
gotcha.
receiver, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Not quarterback, running back.
No.
No.
I mean, last year you had Garrett Wilson going 10th overall, Chris Olave going 11th. So that's kind of the range you're looking at. I mean, that's what Jordan Addison or a guy from TCU, Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, both of those are day one starters. So
Well, definitely for the Texans. I mean, Dale's a day one starter for the Texans.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Indianapolis Colts. They have a new coach in Shane Steichen. I don't really know anything about that guy. So some of the players they lost, Bobby Okrike, Paris Campbell, Matt Pryor, sorry, and Stephon Gilmore, who was traded away to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They added Matt Gay, the kicker, or kicker love
Hey,
here.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. Oh, you love the kicker. You love the gay.
Snooze fest.
Is that it?
Listen.
You love the dicker, and the gay.
Listen. I'm just trying to get some love to the kickers. All right, Ray
Okay.
loves kickers.
Yeah,
So
give out all your love, Dale. Give it up.
give some love to
Give out
kickers.
your love. Yeah. Yeah.
They got in Gardner Minshew as well. They also brought in Isaiah McKenzie at wide receiver. Brought back EJ Speed, Tony Brown, the cornerback, and Deion Jackson, the running back. I mean, that was an interesting name for like a minute there.
It was, yeah. And he had one really, really solid game.
Yeah.
And then one like super letdown following that. But
Yeah.
There we go. So I'm just looking at the guys they lost, the guys they brought back in. It's pretty tilted to the loss category. So I don't really expect very much from them, the Colts that is. But I mean, they've got weapons, and we need these weapons to be productive. Of course, I see them going quarterback early because they need a quarterback. I don't see Minshew and Nick Foles being the guys they roll into the season with. But, I mean, a guy like Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce, these are two good wide receivers you can start off with. And of course, you've got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. So I guess depending on what they do at quarterback, that's gonna tell you the value of these weapons, the receiving weapons out here in Indianapolis. So what do we think that they're going to end up doing in the first round here, Kyle? Just quarterback?
I mean, they only dropped to what, like 9? They gave up, or what is it? They have 9th overall.
Okay.
It's really
4, I think.
you have a solid pick. No, it was the Bears that traded on. Crazy. I mean, you have somebody like so early with all these quarterbacks on there between. If you don't get Stroud or Bryce Young, you're gonna get Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. So, I mean, there's quarterbacks in this draft. Could all be busts, in my opinion, but you could get somebody real early, and you're gonna have to start Minshew or who else they got? These no names.
Bowles?
Former
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl
winning.
MVPs.
No names. He's
You're
a Super Bowl
gonna have to
champion.
start one of these guys. Yeah, Minshew Madness or former Super Bowl MVP. They're gonna have to start, and they're gonna have to play while you're getting this guy into a groove, getting him used to the league. But I don't know. That it seems like if you don't get one of those top 2 guys, then you kind of just pass on that and go best available. Maybe shore up the offensive line. You can get the top tackle or something like that. Maybe go D-line, get Jalen Carter. I don't know.
I'm looking at their line. They've got a lot invested. Like,
Yeah.
I guess like the least investment they have is at the right guard spot, the 7th round pick in Will Freeze. So maybe you upgrade that position on.
I mean,
offensive line.
that early though, you wouldn't. I don't think there's anybody on the board that is really warranting a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe you go on Jalen Carter since he's gonna have that. He's had his issues. He's gonna drop. He's not gonna go top.
Right.
Top 3. So
Yeah.
maybe you just steal one and get this Aaron Donald type dude just because he had his little fun drag racing or whatever he was doing.
Man, if they get Jalen Carter and pair him up with Buckner and Kwity Paye, like that would be a scary defensive front.
I mean,
I like that idea though.
It's a good idea, right? I mean, you're getting somebody, super, with all this talent.
Yeah.
Just depends on how you want to use it. I don't know.
Yep. Yep. I think they'll probably end up going like corner or something
Something
early
stupid.
on
In the
too.
first, in the
No,
first round.
just early on somewhere. I think they go quarterback first and
Yeah,
foremost. But then
yeah.
after that, I think they go like corner or something like that.
So it
Like
is number
they
4. Is that right, Tim?
they're number 4, yeah, but they could probably get Will
Levis, yeah.
Levis,
Uh-huh.
or
I don't know.
Hendon Hooker seems to be a pretty good name there too in that
I
range.
felt
Yeah,
like he kind of should have been higher on everybody's draft boards, but for some reason
Yeah,
he's not. So
yeah,
hmm
it's Anthony Richardson right now as far as fantasy goes,
yeah,
being number
man.
1. It depends on where everybody lands after that, So
I'm telling you, man,
I
if you
just
just
want
ask just like a college football fan, uh like who would be like the number one quarterback or something, like
hmm
nobody would even debate it or even brought up Richardson because
no, no.
I mean
Yeah,
it was okay. That was it. You know?
yeah,
His team was
yeah.
bad. They had a
Yeah,
bad team. They had a bad year. You
Well,
don't really look at guys like that.
right.
I, I
I'm
don't
thinking
remember.
like first overall pick. Those are the guys that's coming from like Bama.
Yeah,
We're good. Ohio State.
playoff teams. Yeah,
Well, I don't remember. I don't remember who all the guys' wide receivers were, but I think one of them was that top wide receiver coming in this year, the ASN, uh,
Oh,
Jackson Smith,
yeah, and
and
Jigba.
Kave
hmm
and Jigba,
hmm
and but I think they were talking about one of the quarterbacks recently who was coming in. He had all kinds of like wide receivers around him, Zach Wilson,
Yeah.
and he looked like a stud just because he had great wide receivers, NFL quality wide receivers around him. And then you get in here and he's at the Jets. We know how that story works out, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
More,
You're gonna have to
more
make some
just.
chicken salad, baby. You come to the league, you gotta make that chicken salad, fam.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they, I don't see any new coaches, so cool. Um, they lost Jawan Taylor, the tackle, Arden Key, and Chris Manhertz. They got Dearness Johnson, one of those
hmm
names,
hmm
and they signed Andrew Wigard again. Evan Ingram, I'm hearing that they're reaching like a long-term type of deal with him. Right now, he's under the franchise tag.
Yeah.
Um, and let's see who else. Jermichael Hasty, got him back in the
Yeah.
fold. So Jacksonville didn't really do too much here. Um, do we see a guy like uh, Trevor take a step forward here, and what do we see out the wide receivers too? Because they gave a lot of money last year to
Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk,
Yeah.
but they also traded for Calvin Ridley, and that should have been in the
hmm
dang on thing too.
Yeah.
They traded for Calvin Ridley at the wide receiver position, who's also going to be who was the first player to claim the number 0 on
Yeah.
his uniform too. Very
Oh,
important
okay.
information.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, do we see this offense take a step forward now with Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I think so. Trevor Lawrence showed some progression last year
Mhm.
under Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
So, and I mean, I like his offense no matter what. There's a reason why he won with the Eagles. He's still a Super Bowl winning coach. Um, so, but I'm looking forward to seeing Kirk and Ridley and see how the field goes. I think right now Kirk is still listed as the number 1 wide receiver, but Ridley's the number 2, and that might overcome. He might overcome him.
Yeah.
In a dynasty outlook, though, I'm slightly more interested in Kirk because I think he's going to give me a longer career, of course. But I think Ridley's going to be a bright, shining star for a couple of like 2, maybe 3 years left.
hmm, okay. You're believing in Kirk, Kyle?
I'm actually more on the Calvin Ridley train.
Okay.
Although when he was in Atlanta and he did have that breakout season, if I'm not mistaken, he had Matty Ice thrown up to him, right?
Yep.
So there's that. Trevor Lawrence is just as good, if not better, than Matty Ice, though. So I don't think there's a huge drop off. I think their chemistry, they got to kind of figure that out. But I'm saying, yeah, Ridley should be one, Kirk should be two. I know you paid Kirk all this money, but still, I mean, Ridley's to me, he's the better playmaker. He's your true wide receiver one. Um, you know, I'm
Are
taking
y'all
Ridley over Kirk.
are y'all sleeping on Evan Ingram being the top
Yes.
guy? Because I
Yeah,
mean,
even though he bit me in the ass last year,
yeah.
Did he?
you
Did
know,
he leave a
he
mark?
13 catches for like 100 something yards, pissed me off. It was like a Thursday night game, so I'm already like in this big old hole. Yeah, no, the Evan Ingram is a solid tight end.
Right.
He's one of the more reliable ones. If you're, um, you know, that whole tight end dilemma that everyone has every single year, unless you draft Travis Kelsey or Mark Andrews or somebody like that super early. Um, I don't know. He's a pretty solid pick. Much better than he was in New York with Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville.
Well, Dale? How do you feel about Travis Etienne and then like the backup? Who do you think's going to be in the backup out of
Yeah,
this?
with them picking up Dearness Johnson, I mean,
Uh-huh.
I think it's going to be a little bit of a time split. I mean,
Really?
everybody's doing this, man. Like you gotta prolong their lifespan, man. So
Yeah.
bringing another running back like Dearness Johnson, and he can help share the load. And look, be on the lookout for a guy like Snoop Connor too, man. Because look,
Right.
I remember him in Ole Miss, and he was a decent back, man. So I think this is gonna be his second year.
Yeah.
And so
You saying Snoop Connor?
yeah, yeah.
Snoop.
All right. All right. All right. You can say what you want to say.
Listen,
I'm
this
call
is
you out.
this is early, man. You
I'll
gotta
call
reach
you
for the
out.
stars here, Tim. All right,
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Reach for this. Go
try,
ahead.
try
Go
to just
ahead.
get a guy out there, man. Snoop Connor.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let me say all the words. Then I win. I told you so. I told you I said it. Somewhere. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but
Uh,
I think for sure they're going to end up splitting this backfield, and we'll see who else gets some other parts of this backfield timeshare. So
okay.
let's go to our last team, and that is the
Most
Tennessee
boring team.
Titans.
Yeah.
You know, Tennessee Titans. Well, we don't see
Mhm.
any new coordinators or anything like that. Um, look at some of the guys they lost. Nate Davis on the offensive line. Dennis Daly, Demarcus Walker, Robert Woods, Austin Hooper, David Long, the linebacker, Lonnie Johnson, DB, lost
Gonna
to the
be a
Saints.
beast.
That
Gonna be
guy
a
is going to
beast.
be a freaking beast, Tim. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man. How did they let this guy go?
Wow. Wow.
Wouldn't you know?
It's unbelievable. God. Every dude. Hey, this reminds me of NBA Jam or some crap over here. Like every guy that goes to the Saints, he's suddenly on fire. And he's
He's
on
on
fire. Kyle didn't play that game. I'm sorry, Kyle. You got robbed.
NBA Jams? Yes, I did. Come on now.
But hey, one of the surprising ones they let go was Joshua Dobbs. With that game he had in the playoffs, like that kid should have been brought back. They should have signed him after the game. Like that kid looked legit, man. So it sucks. He went to the Browns, so
So rest
never
in
gonna see
peace.
him again. Guys they added Andre Dillard, Arden Key from LSU, go Tigers. Aziz El Shahir, the linebacker from the 49ers. Sean Murphy Butting. They got back Nick Westbrook Ikina and Aaron Breyer. So this is a team offense. They invested in a wide receiver last year. Didn't get a whole bunch out of him. They did get to see him though, which is positive because if you don't see your first round pick and they're playing a skill position, it's bad. So
Yeah.
so they probably got their number one receiver. So I think they need another guy to go along with him. And Derrick Henry is aging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may be time to get another running back to go along with him, at least to give him a few more years or save him for the playoffs.
So
You
where
know,
do you think
'cause-
they're going to pick the running back at?
I guess it depends on their draft picks.
Yeah, I'm not 100% up on their draft pick. You want to look up their
It's-
draft
it's-
picks?
They got
gotta
the-
be,
They,
you know,
they get the number 11 overall pick, and they get the 41st.
maybe 41, maybe. I feel like if you don't win your division, there's a lot of other things you got to focus on. But I don't know, that whole Derrick Henry thing. I mean, it's been a while since he's been at Alabama. So
Mhm.
what's our age range, Tim? What are we looking at? Like he's
Running backs
borderline
drop off.
right now. He's
Yeah. No, he's 29 right now, and I'm not sure
Okay.
what he's going to be when he starts the season. He might be 30 by the time he starts the season. Actually, his birthday's on 1/4, so he'll be 29. And but 28 is when running backs usually plateau, drop off. Adrian Peterson's been one of the rare ones that continued on. So if you have Derrick Henry, I trade him now. I trade him like last year. So get what you can for him. If you think he might still be good another year, but I mean, the end's coming. The end is coming.
The end is coming for Henry.
That's it.
That wide receiver room could use some help. Kyle Phillips was a 5th round pick last year.
Mhm.
Got a 6th round pick in Grayson McMath. I don't see there's any way they don't get a wide receiver early.
Really?
Now, quarterback is interesting because I saw they were working out some quarterbacks for draft prospects. If they draft a quarterback early, somebody needs to get fired.
Number 11?
Well, anywhere within the first 3 rounds.
Oh, really? Anyone in the
Yes.
first 3 rounds? 3 rounds
Because-
is early?
Yes, because they
Really?
drafted Malik Willis last year in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
And for them to draft another quarterback that early, that tells them you're giving up on him. So, and if you're giving up on him this early, that means you didn't do your job right. You didn't do your homework. Because the guy was who he was, and you decided to pick him in the 3rd round.
Well, I think they probably just picked him up as a background, like a background pick, no matter what, man. Because everybody else passed on him. He was projected earlier to be on all the mock drafts for NFL mock drafts. He was projected to go pretty damn early, but then he went 3rd round, and I think that after some point you see a draft pick that was predicted to go pretty early, you grab him up, 3rd, 4th round just to take a chance.
Well,
If
he
he is
shouldn't
good,
have.
he's good.
He shouldn't have got boosted up like that just because he played at Liberty. That's where he played at.
I mean, come on
Yeah.
now. Who is he
Like-
playing at Liberty that is really going to give him a look? Like,
You're a running quarterback and
Yeah.
you play at Liberty.
Yeah.
Come on.
But that's it. But if they do go with quarterback, who do you think they're going to grab? The number 11th pick.
I mean, Richardson and Levis will probably
Yeah.
still be there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or they shock everybody and go Hooker, who's looking like he's the 5th overall quarterback on the board.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it'll be out of Richardson and Levis because
Mhm.
that's what the guys
Uh,
everybody's talking about. So
Yeah,
I think
honestly.
Richardson's going to go before the 11th, before that pick. They're also bringing up in that round, in that zone, they're bringing up Tanner McKee out of
Yeah.
Stanford.
Oh, from Stanford. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that guy like won no games, but
I know. It's another guy. It's like, man, you're not winning games in college, but
Yeah.
every season
else?
we see it, bro. Every season.
there's just
Yeah,
a guy.
you know
He's
what
got
other
the build.
quarterback?
He's got the arm strength. Whatever. You got to win.
What other
games.
quarterback came from Stanford?
He's got a good point, Andrew Luck. So
Andrew Luck.
Mhm.
Andrew Luck.
Yeah. Is he coming back?
Maybe next year. He's probably teaching like high school special ed or something right now. Who knows what Luck's doing?
Yeah, probably so. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up the show for us this week. Once again, happy 420 out there to all of you people. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate the support. Once again, go get on your wife's, your mom's, your kid's phone. I don't care. Get your kid's phone. You pay the bill. All right. Go to our YouTube channel, hit our video, and play it. We want the numbers to get boosted up. So
Yeah.
every device you got in your house, go hit the video, please. That's right.
Thank
I'm
you.
doing a lot of cool stuff that you should probably check out. All these little intros and stuff. I spent hours doing this stuff. Okay, hours. Check it out.
He spent 5 minutes with Purple Haze and then spent hours on those intros.
I did. It was hours. Hours. All the prep work for the show. I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna leave you with one more thing,
I hate you guys so very, very much.
and we out.
Remember to follow us on Twitter and Facebook at BS and Beer Media. Or if you're old and want to write a strongly written letter, email us bsandbeer@icloud.com.